Well, boys, I was kind of wrong about Waragons. I hate to admit it, but it is indeed BMC heaven. I will say, in my defense, I did not think to try the tent buff for 50 million, but as it turns out, it seems to be better than I initially thought. Obviously, if we're still talking about trying to get distortion earrings and stuff like that, 50 million trade buff is probably not worth it. It cuts into your profit too much, and it just is not, it's not that good. However, if you're not worried about profits and as long as you pay off the buff and you get what you need, that's a different story. So as you know, as of right now, currently the best way to just get pens is to do the quest line, and the same thing for your pen accessory. So not only do you have to work for your accessory, but your armors now, the core ingredient is going to be the shards that you get from melting down black magic crystals. So now the quest is, how do we find the best spot for magic crystals? Or at least, what is the best spot? And currently, I have not found anything better than Waragons. Ackman comes pretty close. If you grind Star's End, that's also pretty close. But Waragons is consistently anywhere between 8 to 15 for me. I really don't get anything less than that. At like the past 15 hours I've done at Waragons, I really have not gotten anything less than 8 to 15. So if we take a look here, this is the Poggies run, as I like to call it, because 15 BMCs in 1 hour, I have never just, oh man, I lost it once I saw this. I was like, this is not real. Like, this is not fucking real. So buffs that are being used is the tent buff, 50 million, yellow loot scroll, and Agris. I know you're gonna yell at me, well, you shouldn't have used the fucking yellow loot scroll because you're using Agris. I don't care. I just wanted the BMCs. Like, shut up, let me have this. Another thing that I would like to point out, even if you're not about the BMCs and you're like, I don't care, I have a fuck ton of BMCs, look at the Kafras. 30 Kafras an hour. And I shit you not, that's consistent. I have never once gotten below 22 to 20 Kafras. I've never gone lower than 20. Like, that has never happened. This is indeed the new Kafra spot that killed Bassies. Like, Bassies is dead. Like, I've tried it, it's terrible. Bassies is fucking awful. But this spot is great for BMCs, great for Kafras, and yeah, I'm completely in shock that this spot is actually good. If you are wondering how good the trash loot is, it's about the same as when I made my video before. It's about 110, 120 million, and since you're doing the 50 million tent buff, you're obviously going to sacrifice that, so like you're only making like roughly around 70 million per hour, which as long as you pay off the tent buff, if all you care about is BMCs and Kafras, then this is the spot for you because you're making a little bit of money and you're also getting a fuck ton of mats that you need for making, you know, your pens. So I mean, you can't really complain. Just as kind of like a little side note, make sure you have your Hanhooms and your Adamantines in because these things are relentless. I was grinding here with my like human damage build for large scale, and I will tell you, I got my salad tossed in more ways than I'd like to admit by a fucking fantasy creature, dude. I was not about it. I'm surprised I got any loot at all. I was on the ground 90% of the time. Like, they just are merciless with knockdowns. So make sure you have some resistances and you dodge a lot, because if you don't, you're going to just be ass up on the ground every 5 seconds. So yeah, on the bright side, another side note that I guess I should mention is Serap's necklaces drop here, which is good for Yona fragments, which you need for the pen accessory. I have got, I think, a grand total of 30 30 Seraps now. So yeah, that's nice. That's a lot of Yona's fragments that I can melt down. So that'll be really good. So not only are you getting BMCs, you're getting Kafras, but you are also getting accessories for Yona fragments, and you will also get raw Yona fragment drops. Yeah, it's good. It's unfortunately like super good. I say unfortunately because it actually sucks to grind here. Like, I literally don't like grinding here, but it is too good. It's too good. With that many BMCs, that many Serap necklaces, that many Kafras, that many Yonas, like I could hate it all I want, but it's a good spot, and it is what it is. I guess I should mention one more other thing, and that is server swapping with Waragons is actually something that you should do. You don't actually have to do it, but server swapping on double pull is pretty much the only way to do this. So you're going to want to pick 3 servers and then rotate between those 3, depending on how fast you clear. You may need to add another server if you clear too fast, but usually I only do 3 servers, and that's with, you know, like high level players that are really good at what they do. So 3 servers should be fine, but essentially you're going to swap between, let's say, C1, C2, and Arsha. and that is pretty much the strategy. You're going to want to pick 3 servers and swap on the double pull, so that way you do not have to do a proper rotation, because if you do the double pull, that's 2 Waragons that are dropping BMCs and Kafras, and the faster you kill them, the more likely this is going to happen. Once this spot gets populated, and I promise you it will, this method will be harder and harder to do because you're going to come across people in the spots. So good luck, but that's pretty much how you're going to want to do it. At least that's how I've been doing it. Anyway, that is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, she knows I'm the one. Yeah, she knows I don't need no cutting, I don't need no cutting, I don't need